48 Club token. Right. Most people will probably not have heard of this crypto, but it has been rising quite a bit as of late. It's also trending quite a lot. So we're going to dive into what it is, what it's all about. Can this continue rising as well? It is one of the more unusual projects. Now, before I get into it, if you are new here, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins. These were all cryptos that I thought could do very, very well, could make a lot of money, which is obviously why I showed myself buying them in the videos, is because I expect they're going to do well for me. And these were their prices when I recorded and released my videos, and these are the highs that they hit in the last bull cycle, and these are what your profits would have been if you'd have got in on them when I released the videos, popped $100 in, and sold in the bull cycle. If you'd have done that for all of them, a $2,600 investment would have netted you a profit of over 123 grand. Now, the thing is you don't have like 16 months to get things sorted. We're in a bull cycle right now. If you've got cryptos that aren't performing for you, if they're not making you money, you've got to get it fixed. If you don't know where to begin, have a look at copymycrypto.com. This is the site I run where I share all the coins that I own with my members. Whenever I find any crypto that I think can do very, very well, I jump onto my site, I tell my members about the crypto, the reasons that I think it can do so well, and the price that I'm going to buy it at. Whenever I sell, I do the same thing. So there is no work for my members. They are in and out of coins, same price as me, so they make the same profit. If you go onto my site, you'll actually see some of the profits made by the members, and these are based on some of the past successes that we've had. Now, on the site, you'll be able to see a quick flip meme coin the members were in and out of in just a fortnight, did over a 300x. You'll be able to see Phantom. Phantom's now known as Sonic, but in the last bull cycle was one of the biggest gainers. It went up from 0.5% when my members got in to over to $3.46. That's just shy of a 700x for the members. Some of them became millionaires from that one investment alone. And if after reading through the site, verifying, you like what you see and you want to find out the cryptos that are going to be the winners in this bull cycle this year, it's as simple as it gets. All you got to do to find out, guys, is join up on the site. Now, 48 Club token is a really unusual one. It's been knocking about for a couple of years. But the volume that's coming through at the moment is absolutely staggering. It's doing $2 billion of volume a day, right? And this is probably a coin you've never heard of. So it is. It was founded in 2017. It's a group of investors that are passionate about BNB. So they've got 500 club members with various backgrounds around the world, like from all over the world. It's run as a DAO. So the operations and the expertise of this DAO are industry research, angel investment, product development, community development and management, and technical operations and maintenance. And their whole thing around this is the passion for BNB. Now, the idea behind this is it's an example of how they want to be an example of how blockchain tech can be leveraged to create a decentralized community with a similar vision, and at the heart of it is the Binance Smart Chain. So this is a platform known for its speed and efficiency. We know, like anyone that's watching this should know about Binance Smart Chain. I've been talking about it for years. And the idea here is that the the 48 Club token operates as a DAO. So all the community members make decisions about the token and its ecosystem. Their approach allows for a more inclusive and transparent governance structure. Now, I'm really not overly bullish on governance in general in crypto. I think it tends to be that the biggest holders, it tends to be that the biggest holders have the biggest say. So it's not in keeping with the principles of, like, I suppose, your standard democratic approach, right? Because it's just, if I hold a million of the 3 million tokens, I can decide basically the direction of something, right? That would be like at an election, some people's votes are worth 10 times what other people's votes are, right? So, and that kind of issue with governance. Now, they have a buyback and burn mechanism for their token. This involves using a portion of the token's revenue to purchase tokens from the open market, then permanently remove them from circulation. And the aim is by reducing the total supply of the tokens, it increases the value long term. But because this is intrinsically tied to BNB, it's been having success. Like BNB in and of itself has been having huge success. Went to new all-time highs. Binance Smart Chain's activity is dwarfing every other blockchain. And they want to play a part of a larger movement in DeFi. So they're aiming to really use their token in terms of doing this. Now, they do have crowdfunding initiatives, so which is quite an interesting approach. So that's to raise funds from a global audience to provide opportunities for innovation and development. They also find they're also used within e-commerce and travel sectors where it can be used for transactions. And they have actually introduced what's called a node construction activities. And this contributes to the network's infrastructure and security, Binance Smart Chain, that is. So they have given good consideration to this. As we know, this is a group, like a well-established group of sort of 500 odd members that are just passionate with regards to BNB. Now, they talk through their major initiatives. One's node construction. So they actively participate in infrastructure construction of BNB chain and related ecosystems. They're validating BNB Smart Chain. The club maintain a treasury fund to finance its daily operations and projects. These projects include angel investments, project incubation, yield farming, secondary market operations, and more. And the club members receive regular updates on the treasury's status and asset details. They have tons of strategic partners, as you would expect, and some of them are big. Obviously, Binance Smart Chain is the biggest. When we dive into a couple of bits and bobs, you've got the milestones. You can actually stake through the site. So if I had, let's say, 100 Koge, I could stake, and you can see the staking records for the amount of people that are staking, or the amount of staking that's happening within the pool. Then they've got 48er. So this is their 48er NFT. So you can cast it, and then from there you've got your NFT. You've got 48SP. So this is Soul.48 Club. So this is how you can participate in the ecosystem. So basically, this is as a holder, you've got certain benefits, right? So if you've got 48 Soul points, you can send transactions for nothing. If you've got 100 gold if you've got 100 plus, you can have entry level membership benefits, airdrops from the community, and then more. For 180, you're a platinum member. You've got exclusive chat, 48 club domain email, free VPN service as well. So there's like reasons to participate. Governance is governance. Everyone should be familiar with governance if you're in crypto. If you're unfamiliar with governance, probably because you've not been in crypto very long. And you can just see like some of the votes that have happened, and again you can see the current voting. So this was approved. 100,000 abstained from the vote. No one rejected the vote. 124. I mean, again, it's kind of surprise. So this was rejected by 20,000. And again, the voting mechanisms, I'm just not a fan of. I firmly don't believe that they are in keeping with what democracy is meant to be, because it is just how much do you have, because you're going to have a bigger say. I would sooner just a project be ran by business-minded individuals, from my perspective. You can also participate in farming. Now, this is where you add in liquidity, so you do have to understand risks of impermanent loss, but you can see what the returns are depending on the liquidity that you add. So obviously there's a huge percentage here. That's because there's barely any liquidity pool tokens in that.
So really do understand your risk on liquidity pools, because you can get liquidated hella fast. Like you can not liquidate, you can lose your money very fast. Milestones not found. That's not ideal, is it? Okay, there we go. So they rebranded in 2020 from B&B 48 to 48 Club. 2022, sorry. It doesn't seem to have been tons of milestones since then, or certainly not an updated one. They have trading competitions and all of that stuff. But generally, like, there's not been tons of innovation here. It's just, again, it's like legitimately intrinsically tied to Binance Smart Chain. Now, there's some things worth really liking here that are worth talking about, right? There is a tiny supply compared to a lot of the cryptos that we see out there. There is a supply of only 3 million tokens. Interestingly, almost the majority of the volume is coming through DEXs. Now, what actually makes this very interesting, bloody things, is and actually that's interesting that it's Uniswap. But what's very interesting here is that it's not even on Binance yet. And actually that level of volume without a Binance listing, to me, this is nailed on. Like, this could end up being listed on Binance very soon. Because Binance are going to look at that and go, there's $2 billion of volume, 1.6 has been on DEXs. Oh, well, let's get a piece of that action. Because it's only on Binance Alpha, it's not Binance. So this could end up listing real quick. And then from there, you've got a crypto that can actually rally really well. Like, again, there's not tons here. Like, objectively, there's not tons here. They obviously got an active community. They've got 59,000 holders. But there's not exactly been, like, that milestone thing hasn't been updated in 2 years. 3 years, sorry. 3 years. Jesus. Are they particularly active on X? No, I wouldn't say particularly active. Also, a lot of this is in Chinese, so can't understand it sometimes. But yeah, I mean, look, we're not seeing here anything particularly exciting right now, not that I can see. So what is this telling us? Well, it's telling us that, man, there's some legitimate excitement in the Binance Smart Chain space. The second thing is that this has garnered a lot more interest over the past, I mean, Jesus. So like last year, 6,000 volume in a day. And then it was flying to where it is now. It was $166,000 of volume in a day just 4 months ago. So something's a bit weird here. Obviously, it's listed on Binance Alpha, so maybe that caused a bit of a volume surge, but I don't know. It feels like there's a good chance that Binance got in on this, and then they've started slowly but surely seeding Binance Alpha in, and then Binance is next. There's something very weird here. There's something very unusual. To go from $160,000 in volume in a day to $2 billion is a sign that there's some, like, okay, it's captured people's imagination somehow, but why? Because truthfully, there's not tons here. But this, to me, with that changing in volume so dramatically, is almost a guarantee that a Binance listing is going to emerge. This is really unusual. You don't see this often at all. I actually can't remember a time when I've seen something having so low volume to such high volume in the space of like 4 or 5 months. If you're talking 4 or 5 years, yeah, sure. But 4 or 5 months is staggering. There isn't just a meme coin that people have got excited about. So very interesting. I think a Binance listing is imminent because that volume shift is just too dramatic. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments because it's bizarre. And guys, we're in a bull cycle. And if you're sitting on coins you're not happy with, if you're sitting on cryptos that aren't performing for you, you have got to get it fixed. And if you're not happy with them, have a look at copymycrypto.com. This is the website I run where I share all the coins that I own with my members. Whenever I find any coin that I think can do well, I jump onto my site, I tell my members about the crypto and that I think can do well, the reasons I think it can do well, the price I'm going to buy it at. Whenever I sell, I do the same thing. So there's no work for my members. They're in and out of cryptos, same price as me. They make the same profit. And on the site, you can see the profits made. They're based on some of the successes that we have had, not least of which is Phantom. Phantom is now known as Sonic, but in the last bull cycle was one of the best performers. Went from 0.5% when my members got in to $3.46, nearly a 700x. Some of them became millionaires from that one investment alone. And if after reading through the site, verifying it all, you like what you see and you want to find out the cryptos that are going to be the winners in this bull cycle this year, all you have to do to find out, guys, is join up on the site. If you do, I'll see you there. Otherwise, folks, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.